This is another story from my time as a city fair program attendant. This time I was situated at a building station, where the kids could play with random construction and building-themed toys like Lego bricks, toy construction sets, and things like that, while the attendants simply made small conversation and cleaned up when they were done. Anyway, on the day I was there was a grandfather and granddaughter who came to the activity. The granddaughter was very hyper and talkative, excitedly showing me this giant bunny plushie that she won at the midway and her love of her day, while the grandfather simply sat on the side watching her. At first it was fine, but then the grandfather pulled a cig out of his back pocket and was about to light it up. Now, one of the rules we have is no smoking in the kiddie zone, and the supervisors always told us to remind folks of this rule. However, what I like to do is not just tell them, but also guilt trip them by preaching out how there are lots of little lungs trying to breathe, which usually makes them more likely to put it out. However, this grandfather did not put it out. He started nervously asking me where he could have his puff, to which I told him anywhere that is not in the kids' area, so he suggested the pavement on the fair's parameter, to which a coworker gave him the okay to, and off he went. He was still in view of the granddaughter, so I was not too worried. After the grandfather, it was like a switch was flipped. The granddaughter stopped being hyper and went on this big emotional monologue about how much she hates her grandfather's smoking habit and how it worries her about his health. In fact, I even felt somewhat emotionally moved from it, but I just nodded and kept going with the activity with her, and when she was done, she asked me if a bathroom was nearby, to which I pointed on out, and she just bolted to it. She must really had to go. After that, I thought it was over, but then my coworker pointed out one incredibly important detail. She was watching the grandfather the whole time and noticed that he did not acknowledge that the granddaughter left. Either he didn't notice or thought she was still with us, so I had to rush over to him and let him know what happened, to which he nervously ran off to the washroom to find her. If you want to risk cancer over your grandkids, you have a problem.